Sedimentary rocks are formed by compaction and cementation of sediments. So sediments that have been compressed and compacted together so hard that they actually cement to make a solid rock. And the picture below is showing you how this process generally happens. What happens is small grains of rock, mud, sand, or dust are constantly swept into the ocean from rivers and streams, just like the picture that you see at the bottom. The grains of rock, mud, sand, and dust settle to the bottom of the ocean. These are joined by scraps of shells, and together these materials make up sediments. So the sediments are on the bottom of the ocean. Sedimentary rocks form from sediments that are compressed and compacted. The process of compression and compaction is called lithification. So if we say, what is lithification? We're just talking about compression and compaction of sediments to form a sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks often form in layers. The oldest are usually at the bottom, and the youngest are usually at the top unless you disturb the stack. So if you look at the picture below, we have our river going into the ocean, so it's depositing sediment into the ocean. The sediment falls to the bottom of the ocean, and over time, more and more sediment builds up, creating more pressure towards the bottom or the oldest stack. So over time, those sediments compact and seal together to form a solid sedimentary rock. How long does it take for sedimentary rocks to form? So how long do you think this process of sediment just depositing on the ocean floor, how long does it take for that sediment to actually harden into a sedimentary rock? Well, it takes over millions of years for sediment to form layers hundreds of meters thick. So millions of years, very, very long time for sedimentary rocks to form. The layers press on one another, which forces the particles together to form a sedimentary rock. Common sedimentary rocks are sandstone, shale, and limestone. We'll see these in class. They are mostly found on the exposed surface of Earth. So just like you see in the picture, you can even see all the layers of sediment, and that's one indicator that we are dealing with sedimentary rock, all those layers of sediment. Sedimentary rocks are classified by what they are made of and the way they form. So we've already talked about the way they're formed. They're formed from compaction and cementation. So now we're going to talk about what sedimentary rocks are actually made of. So what types of sediment, what types of things are forming these rocks. Some sedimentary rocks are made from broken fragments of other rocks. They often have an angular or grainy texture. So broken pieces of other rocks can be large like gravel or small like clay. Sediments can also be well-rounded or have sharp edges. So sedimentary rocks can form from little fragments of other rocks. Sedimentary rocks can also form when dissolved minerals come out of a solution. So we're talking about with water, something, generally salt water is the solution. So if you look at the pictures, we have limestone that forms from calcite, which was calcium carbonate in a solution. And once that solution evaporates or goes away, then we're left with that limestone, which is a sedimentary rock. Other sedimentary rocks are formed from remains of once living plants and animals. So chalk is made of microscopic calcite shell remains of animals. Coal is also a sedimentary rock that's made from plant remains that are chemically changed by microorganisms and compacted over millions of years. So chalk and coal are other types of sedimentary rocks. You want to make sure that you know how sedimentary rocks form and how long does it take for sedimentary rocks to form?